Hello, welcome to Try and Cut Me Off podcast. My name's Taylor and I'm here with
Grace.
And today we have a special guest, my roommate, my good friend, Grace's boyfriend.
It's your boy, 55.
What?
Because Taylor writes JJ, it looks like 25.
I have messy writing.
That's
There we go, I explained it.
So JJ, boys room.
Blush. Butchers it on air.
JJ, boys room.
Buajram.
Buajram.
yeah.
JJ Buajram.
Boojram.
Boojram.
Or Boogie Ajram.
Jalal Boojram.
I also go by Jamal, Jalal, Jamail,
Jay.
Jalef, Treble Clef, or Jay.
Cool. So, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm JJ. I live here with Taylor and Philip, and Grace is over quite often. I work on music. I skydived before, and we'll get into that later.
Ooh. Well, what do you have a platform that people can follow you on for your music?
I have a Instagram page, J Mazin. J as in Jeff. M as in mother. A as in astronaut. Z as in zoo. E as in elephant. N as in Niagara Falls. But forget the F.
Thank you, JJ. Okay, so what? Oh, I also want to mention again that Jade couldn't be with us. She is still... Okay, let's just say she'll be in Newfoundland for a while, and she will maybe make the next week, but she just couldn't this week. So we had JJ. But no one can replace her.
Except me for this episode.
Okay.
My name even starts with the same letter.
Why don't you tell them about the spray bottle, JJ? What, maybe
I'm just going to go ahead and not mention that. Moving on.
Okay, let's go on.
You treat me like a cat, I'm going to act like one.
JJ and Grace
You need to
are
be
dating,
disciplined.
and she has a spray bottle on here to spray him if he, I don't know.
Acts up.
Pull
Acts
some
up.
more shit.
Put it down now, please.
Okay, let's do our fun movie lines. Ready?
Okay.
Okay, JJ, here are the rules. I say a movie line. I go A, B, or C.
Sorry.
Grace!
Okay,
What the hell? A, B,
Just
or
go
C?
stay.
You have to wait till I say it all, because Grace will, as soon as I say the line, Grace will be like, oh, it's that movie. I'm like,
And that's
no.
not fun at all, is
Bitch,
it?
wait till I say A, B, or C.
You hear that?
Trying to cut you off.
Try to cut me off. Try it.
You
Okay.
succeed every
A
day.
little scary.
Here's the first one. It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but a great deal more to stand up to your friends. A, The Hunger Games. B, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
C, Brave.
Harry Potter. C,
Read
Harry
off
Potter.
the list again?
Oh my.
A, The Hunger Games. B, Harry Potter.
Harry
C,
Potter. I
Brave.
feel like it's...
Ding, ding. Both of you got it right, but I feel like JJ cheated
I
and
didn't-
looked at my paper.
I was looking at the UFC part.
You would probably never even watch Harry
I don't
Potter.
watch movies.
I know.
I
That's
just know that because it's a really famous movie.
Well, I picked
About
easy
wizards.
ones for you. So these are easy movie lines, you guys.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
next
wizards?
one.
Just wizards.
Wizards, finances, yeah.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
Second one. Wax on, wax off. A, Beauty Shop.
Don't pet at me.
B, Fast and Furious. C, Karate Kid.
I have to say,
This is really easy.
Fast and the Furious.
Are you serious?
What?
Family.
Yeah, that's from Fast and
No,
the
I
Furious.
didn't say family.
That's what you just said.
But I was gonna put that on here for you, because that's the
For
only
me?
movie. Yeah, because I remember when it came out, all you kept saying was family.
Phil was family.
Okay, no. Are you actually guessing Fast and the Furious?
Mhm.
Okay. Grace?
Oh, read off the list again?
Okay,
Think,
wax
guess
on,
Fast and
wax off. A, Beauty Shop. B, Fast and Furious. C, Karate Kid.
You were talking and I couldn't hear, so I'm just gonna guess the Karate Kid.
Good
I have
job.
a feeling she cheated.
Okay, wax on, wax. Are you guys? You guys, I'm going insane because I can't believe you've never seen Karate
I'm just
Kid.
kidding, I knew it was girl.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
gonna
like
say.
the old version.
Yeah,
Old
wax on,
yeah.
wax off.
Um,
This is so easy. This is level 1 shit. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Next one. You're skipping Christmas? Isn't that against the law? Wait. A. Bad Santa. B. The Grinch. C. Christmas with the Cranks.
The Grinch by Tech 9.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Grace got it right.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, our last one.
Oh my gosh.
Ready? This is really easy.
So this one, winner takes all kind of thing, right?
Well, I think Grace got 2 right.
I got 2 as well.
No,
So
babe,
there's 3
you're
down.
Okay.
already down the hole.
Okay, ready? Get to the chopper! A. Predator. B. Terminator 2. C. Apocalypse Now.
Predator.
JJ got Predator right. It's Predator.
See, babe? Like, it's inevitable. I mean, I know a lot about movies.
Okay, well, it just sounded like you used like a Terminator.
Well, the Terminator.
Totally.
The guy in Terminator is the same actor as
did the chopper.
in Predator. What's his name?
Wow, I was actually trying to guess the wrong one.
Really?
Yeah, so it's
How did you
it is
not
the
know
Predator?
that? You guys
Because
are
I thought that was
crazy.
Terminator, because that's the movie he's in.
No, it's Predator.
Well, it looks like I failed at ruining it. Okay.
Well, good job, guys.
Oh, yay.
Now we can move on to how everyone's day is. I want to know because I was at work all day and I didn't see you until now.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So-
you got home earlier.
So you go, Jay.
Oh, okay.
How was your day?
My day was lovely. I waited for the TELUS guy. We got no results.
Again.
Yeah, he just showed up and then he left saying he couldn't do anything. Now we're waiting for another appointment. And I sat around all day, played some Warzone, made some food, ate half of Phil's meatball sub that he offered me, and I took it. And
Did he get another one?
yeah, and then
Or was that from yesterday?
No, he got another one, I think.
You guys went to Subway today?
He went to Subway. Don't yell at him, please.
Oh, yeah.
I told him I wouldn't say anything.
Alright, I won't. Well, that sounds like an awesome day.
Yeah.
You go, Grace. How was your day?
It was good. I woke up pretty early, which I was surprised because I stayed out pretty late. And then when I got here, I seen JJ consuming,
Oh.
more like swallowing and not chewing the meatball sub. And yeah.
Oh, nice.
Then we played on the couch for like.
Played on the couch.
Just to clarify, I was tickling her.
Okay, that doesn't make it sound any better. Let's just say when I got home, they were wrestling.
I was attacking her.
We
Okay, that sounds
we
even
were
worse.
bullshitting or whatever.
And she struck me and she scratched my face and
I just know that's not what happened.
she struck me really. It was really hurtful. I don't know.
Struck you.
Like a
Well-
tiger across my face. She was like,
I saw it, buddy.
yeah, see?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the mark.
No, it
You
wasn't.
just emphasizing it. Wow, everyone!
It's funny because I'll like tell him to stop tickling me because you know when you've had enough and you're like, oh, fuck.
And she
Alright,
starts
like,
throwing haymakers at me. She's like,
no, I'll be like, okay, it's time, and that's enough.
can't
It's
even
time
talk. You
to
just wheeze.
Well, that sounds like a fun day.
Yeah, it was.
That's
we had a
good.
really good time.
I basically just got up at 5 a.m. Could not keep my eyes open like all day today. I was so tired. You know, went to work, came back home to all you guys, ate some dinner that Phil made.
Yeah, it was delectable.
It was really good. I always overcook the chicken, and Phil always makes it really
Just
good.
makes you pristine.
Yeah.
That gain train.
But yeah. So I thought we could talk about the UFC fight that we watched over the weekend.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't paying attention much, but it was a great game. Just kidding.
I love UFC so much, and Juliana Pena beat Amanda Nunes and stole her belt, which was such a piss off because I love Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
Like, I was so disappointed. I was screaming.
She's
and
the one that
everything.
lost, right?
Yeah.
She
And
was the one holding the belt, though. So she lost the belt.
she lost. She had the belt, and
Oh,
then
no.
Juliana took it.
You just can't
from
be
her.
doing that, folks. Just can't be happening that way.
Which whatever fight we watched, I believe that was the guy that everybody kept calling Aloe Vera.
Okay, it's
That's what his name was, right?
His name is Charles Oliveira, and he beat Dustin Poirier, and he kept his belt, which I was super excited for.
That fight.
Was that the guy with
I
the colorful hair?
watching it,
Yeah, the blonde hair, and then he choked Dustin Poirier out.
The guy with the colorful hair.
Yes.
He choked out the guy.
Oh,
with the colorful hair.
no. The guy with the afro colorful hair you're talking about?
The guy who had it, was it braided or whatever?
Yeah, not him.
Not
Oliveira
him.
was the last fight. And he kept his belt. The guy with the colorful hair, I don't know his name. I don't keep track of him. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, yeah, I just wanted to say that was an awesome fight. And I was super excited that Charles Oliveira kept his
They're
belt.
very brutal.
But, yeah. It's fun, though.
It looks like he wasn't even hitting him that hard.
It always looks like that.
Why
Yeah, like he gave him the old 187. He was like, gave him the old underducker, right? Yeah. That's the way it ended, right? The underducker, huh?
No, he choked him out. He climbed on him like a monkey and choked him out.
While he was standing.
Yeah.
And then he took him down. He gave him the old, the old rusty.
You know what? No, what's crazy though? Like, I just noticed this watching these fights. Like, a lot of people were covering the dude's mouths. And like every time I watch,
shoving their forearm into their face,
yeah,
suffocate them.
And like every time I watch UFC, I always find out different stuff. Like Jade's boyfriend Sam, he is so good with UFC. I ask him all the questions. Like he knows everything about everyone who fights. And this time I was just like, is that legal? You can suffocate them with your hand, basically, like cover their mouth. And Phil's like, yeah.
He's like the Pokedex of UFC.
Yeah.
He's like the little computer they pull out in Pokemon and learn about Pokemon.
Oh, Sam, yeah.
But he was saying that it wasn't a very long list, right, of the things that they could and couldn't do.
No, there's not too many things they really can't do. It's like if they're kneeling on the ground and you like knee them in the head while you're standing, that's illegal. Like you can't bite. You can't kick them in the nuts.
But don't you feel like if they're pushing their forearm
go
into their face and it like broke their cartilage in their nose, because you can push your arm, is that legal?
But yeah, because they break their nose anyways, probably if they get punched in the face, right?
I suppose so,
yeah. That was brutal watching him just like pound him in the face with his elbow and suffocating him with his whole hand. Like I was like, Jesus, just imagine that. Like what they do is amazing.
I'm just so much more squeamish these days as I get
I just want to see Jake Paul get his ass kicked
again. Oh no, he won. Jake Paul's the one that wins all them, right? So far.
But
yeah.
No.
He's a whopping 4-0.
No, I know, but he has
Both
a brother, and I always get confused.
Logan
with
Paul's
them.
the one who fought the only real boxer.
Yeah, but I'm talking
Mayweather.
about the shit little YouTuber or whatever.
Jacob Paul.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I was. I'm very.
No. But he never fights people who are actually boxers, so it's not really.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I thought that would be a fun topic to talk about. Moving on, I thought we could talk about traveling, because I know JJ here loves to travel and he wants to go a lot of places, and I thought he could talk about like his experience in Mexico.
Yeah.
How was it?
Mexico was fun. It was my first tropical country that I ever went to. It was super hot, hotter than I expected. I actually sunburned the worst in my life there, because I was always like under the impression that I don't have to put sunblock on because I'm like immune to the sun. But then as soon as I go to Mexico, I roasted. And I laid in my room just cooking.
That sucks.
Yeah, and I peeled, and it was hideous, yeah.
Did you do any, like, adventures? Like, go in caves or...
Yeah, we went to, I can't remember what they're called, but they're, like, the underground, they're, like, cenotes or something? They're, like, underground water, like, caves and stuff with, like, water pools and all that, and I guess they use it for, like, their local water and stuff like that, so they just emphasize not wearing things like sunblock and stuff when you go in there. And then, yeah, we got headlamps and, like, life jackets and all the fun stuff, and then we just basically got a tour through these caves and swam through all these deep waters and made it all the way to the other end. And before we went into there, we actually got like a blessing from some like Mayan descendant.
That's so cool.
He, like, literally like lit this like smoke thing and like kind of blessed everybody.
What did he say?
I don't know, he's speaking in Mayan.
Oh,
and we're just kind of like, and the guy was
like real, or just something
it was definitely
that
real.
They just put there for
no, the guy was definitely real, because they believe that if you go in there with like bad spirit and like negativity, can like screw everybody else over in Mexico or like in their area.
There, the whole cave turns black.
Because you think about it, if you go in there with like sunblock on and you go in the water and it like rinses it off, that goes in like their water supply that they use to like brush their teeth and like.
That's crazy.
As far as I'm aware, like I'm pretty sure that's what they said. They use it for like a lot of their, maybe not their drinking water, but they use it for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that can make sense.
It's like their water system, basically.
Cool. Did you see any like weird animals that would be in
I
Mexico?
saw a lot of what are they called? Iguanas.
Are they
like,
big?
A lot of iguanas. Yeah, they're pretty big. They're like what? They're about the size of like a Subway footlong.
Did you have
You went-
kind of like the instinct to like grab one and pick one up?
No, I was actually quite
I
frightened
would
of them.
not.
I was actually creeped out. And they're scary too because they're so
No.
big, but like you'll go on the shores along the water and it's like very rocky, you know, like the rocky shores, just a bunch of boulders that you step on,
yeah.
and they'll just crawl out of a crevice like right by your foot and you like move real quick. It's, like, kinda
Jesus.
sketchy, so.
How is the
I'd
ocean?
love
Because
to
I
try it.
honestly have never been in an ocean.
Ocean is very warm and very salty, so if you have any cuts, it actually kind of hurts going in the
Really?
ocean. And it's super blue. It wasn't overly blue where we were. And it kind of sucked because on the resort, on the beach, they had wave blockers.
Oh.
So it's like they set up these like giant like cinder blocks, kind of like along like quite a ways out into the water, so big waves don't wash up. Which just kind of sucks because like, I don't know, I'm kind of there for like the the novelty of
Scenery.
being by the ocean and all these big waves, and they just kind of like prevent them because I guess people don't like getting washed up on the shore. But
So is that the only thing you did is went in the caves?
we went to the caves, and then we went to the ruins of Tulum, and we saw all these old buildings that were from like way back in ancient Mayan times, which is pretty amazing. Giant buildings. There were like moss all over them. There are like a lot of religious buildings and like government buildings and whatnot, and a few little like houses and stuff, loaded with iguanas. It's kind of like gross. Like I mean, like they have like obviously kind of like danger tape, and they kind of had it around the thing so you don't get too close to the place. And then just in there's just so many iguanas. It's like, oh my gosh, like, if I stepped in there, it'd be like they just scatter away from your foot.
That's
Yeah.
so cool to hear because I honestly like have not left Canada. Like never
Yeah.
went on a plane, never went anywhere tropical. So it's so cool to hear stories like that.
Yeah.
Did you have any other opportunities to go like snorkeling or?
No, unfortunately, I don't know. It's like I was under the impression that it'd be a lot cheaper than it was because when I went to exchange my Canadian dollars to what is it they had there?
Euros?
No, 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 that's in Europe. Pesos.
Peso.
When you put it to pesos, it gets like super. You get a lot of pesos. So I think I got like 3,500 pesos for like 200 Canadian, which seems like a lot. But then you go there and you realize that everything on the resort's in American dollars, so it was almost pointless unless like we
so
did.
you didn't have to get pesos?
Well, it was good that we did because we did venture off the resort and we went into like the next small town, and it was kind of like actually like a real taste of like how Mexico is because it wasn't on a resort. It was just like an actual Mexican town, which in some cases like a little bit sketchy in some areas, but like other than that, like the people are so welcoming and super nice. You know, it's very cheap to go buy, you know, a bottle of liquor or tequila or something. But then as soon as you go back on the resort, you know, like you go to the store and they try to give you like you know, you want to buy a cigar, you want to buy something, it's like pretty pricey. It was like 200 like US dollars to get like certain souvenirs and stuff like that. So it's
Really?
definitely- it's quite pricey.
Wow.
Not like obviously like small things like a cigar or something, but like
Yeah.
they did have a cigar store there that had very expensive like $500, $600 cigars and stuff
Yeah.
because they're kind of about that in certain areas there. So
When did you go? This was before COVID, right?
this was literally, if I went any later, we probably wouldn't even been able to come home. We
Yeah,
literally went like the
that's
first
crazy.
week of March in 2020. So yeah, just before COVID.
Do you think if COVID never happened, you would have definitely traveled more places so far?
Oh yeah, it's just kind of the step of actually getting out and doing it.
Yeah.
The only place I've ever been other than Mexico, to be honest, is the United States, like a long time ago. To the point that I can't even remember how it was or anything. But other
Yeah.
than that, went to Mexico.
Well, you've been to Lebanon, right?
I haven't been to Lebanon.
Really?
No,
Oh, I
I've never
thought you
been to Lebanon.
did. Oh, okay.
I want to go one day, but I don't know. It's just I want to go there and multiple other places, but it's a little bit hard right now because of COVID.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me that you skydived, which I find crazy.
Yeah, I went skydiving with my buddy Zach. Yeah, it's not even that bad. It's like $300 to go. It's $300 to go do the skydiving, and you only pay $300 to get the videos. You don't even really have to pay the $300. You just pay $300, and they'll like take GoPro videos and pictures for you and all that. So it's kind of like a really big package. You don't have to pay that though. I think to go in general is like $175. It's not even that
That's
expensive.
really cheap for like to end your life. Like
Yeah, I don't know.
I would never
They say
go
it's safer
skydiving.
skydiving than driving a car in the city.
No way.
Oh yeah, the potential
Really?
you getting in
Yeah,
an
it's
accident and
crazy.
dying in the city compared to professionals that you're strapped to and they know what they're doing. They do it every day.
What made you want to go skydiving?
I don't
one
know.
day?
It's just random. We just kind of felt like it'd just be super cool to do, and then just be like, say I did that. Like, I'm not doing it to impress anybody, but I was just thinking like that'd be such a rush. But obviously, once I was in the plane about to jump out, I was extremely terrified. I was like,
What was
"Holy."
like the feeling? Like, were you like super nervous to jump?
Well, I was just really nervous. The whole day, I kind of had like a slight anxiety or anxious feeling, as if maybe I was gonna do a hard test or something, like not crazy. But then as it gets closer and closer, the actual moment it like builds, and then once you're in the plane and you're ascending. And you're in those little planes, like those little propeller planes. Like, you're not in, like, obviously a big jet or anything. You're, like, in this tiny little propeller plane with, like, 2 benches and, like, 8 people. And then you just, as you go, and then once they level out and you're at the altitude that they want to jump at, and they open the door, and they're, like, kind of give you the signal, then you're kind of, like, I was like, oh, my God.
That would be... I would never, honestly. I'd rather go ziplining.
Yeah, I want to go ziplining, too. For some reason, I just never have. I want to go in, like, BC or something.
We have one here in Edmonton at West Edmonton Mall, I think.
Oh, I
Can't
saw
you
the one
go?
in Water Park?
Yeah.
That's so lame. I don't know. I get to see the ugly chlorine-filled germ-infested pool.
You know what? I think we have some even driving like to BC. Like there's little stops that says like zip line.
Yeah, I've seen those multiple times, and I've stopped a few times, but I just never ended up doing it.
Didn't we almost stop after coming back from Cannon Lake?
Yeah,
we were like, oh,
we
should
totally were going to, but then we just didn't. And
Yeah,
so
why
whatever.
didn't we? That sucks.
I don't know. I think it's kind of pricey to do that.
Shit.
I'm not sure though. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Grace, have you ever done anything like that? Skydive? Like that's crazy. I would never do skydiving.
No, I just cliff jump.
No, I just cliff jump.
like in the water.
Yeah.
See, I'm more scared doing that than skydiving. Well, obviously skydiving is scary, but like I don't know.
Well,
I went skydiving, but I still won't jump off certain like really high cliffs because I don't feel like I'm an overly strong
it's the
swimmer.
point of I would rather do that because I feel like when you're skydiving, it would just be like so much air hitting you in the face. And I remember when I was a kid, I had such a problem with strong winds. Not just because I was so tiny, but
It takes you away.
Yeah, it takes your breath away.
And you in a whole.
Yeah, like can you breathe? Obviously you can breathe.
No, okay, that
but-
was the funny part of that. Is like I did not expect it, so we jump out of the plane. It's kind of scary because like you have to watch a training video before they do it, and they explain like how you have to stand, or else you can spiral out of control if you don't do it properly.
Yeah.
So like you have to like stand at the base of the plane, so my heels are just the only thing on the plane, and my toes are hanging over the edge.
Okay.
And then the guy has to be the one who's like fully in the plane, so he can't like throw himself out properly. And then he throws me out, and we start falling, and the wind in my face is so strong that it instantly dried my mouth and nose to the point that I was like my mouth was sticking together, and I was like, and then the wind was so strong in my face, I swear to God, I started suffocating, I started panicking, because I was like looking down, and I was trying to breathe through my nose, but the wind is going so strong up my nose, and I wasn't trying to breathe through my mouth. And I swear to God, I started panicking, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm gonna die or whatever, and then all of a sudden, like I was like, and I just opened my mouth and breathed strictly through my mouth, but then my mouth got freakishly dry.
Can you breathe out?
Yeah, you can breathe fine, you just gotta be like wide open mouth, like as I was falling. I don't think you have to. I just wasn't used to it, and that's how I approached it. And then I was like, my mouth was like drying out, and the guy behind me, he's like, yeah! And then he's like holding a camera in front of me. He's like, smile for the camera. And he's seen all my pictures. My cheeks are like,
Your mouth's just open like...
yeah, I look like foolish and all that. And then we get all the way near the bottom, and he pulls the parachute, and we get pulled or whatever. Then all of a sudden, as we're falling, I just had this amazing experience in my life. And I was like, oh my God, wow. And I was like freaking out. And then this guy who's attached to me, he just instantly, we're having a promotion today where if you jump twice, you get the third time free. And just like, so it's giving me a promo. On the way down, I was like, what? I was like, no, dude. I was like, I jumped once, like, I'm good. Like, that's what you have to say to me right now?
What? At the
He
end
just
of
started
it?
advertising to me. And I was like, what, dude? Let me
Ruined
down.
it. Like-
Probably just killed
And then he was just like
you.
pulling the
Yeah.
things, and I got so sick. I almost threw up by the time we landed.
Oh, like...
Yeah, because he just starts like, you want to do some tricks or whatever? I was like, well, not necessarily. And then he pulls on it, and he just starts whipping us around. And then like he got to the point where we were almost like spiraling down a bit, and then we landed. I was on the verge of just vomiting, and I was like sitting. Then I got a terrible earache after, and then after I realized it was a fun experience.
So would you do it again?
I would never do that again.
I probably
That sounds
would,
horrible.
but I know what to expect this time, I guess. He tells me everybody gets earaches because of the altitude you go to. But once you do it like a couple times, it starts to... Like going on a plane.
Yeah, I've never been on one, so I don't know.
But yeah, you kind of get like a bit of earaches the first
That's
time.
probably another huge reason why I would never, because I've never been on a plane in general.
Yeah,
like...
so do not make your first experience jumping out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Just get traumatized.
I totally would do it again, but I'd like to
never
do
go
it
to
in like
plane.
BC.
In BC, yeah.
I'd like to
Just
do it
like
in BC.
land on a pointy ass mountain.
And die inside. Land on top of a moose, just impale myself with its antlers.
Out of everything, a moose.
Just in
The
just
real
there.
Canadian.
I just land on an ox.
An ox.
Just a giant one.
Well,
brutal.
that's pretty cool that you get to say that you skydived. I don't think it's pretty like, well, it's probably common, but I don't talk
It's not overly. I mean, like, it's an interesting thing for people to say. I mean,
exactly.
yeah.
So speaking of planes, I thought we could talk quickly about the new Warzone game.
Oh yeah.
Let's rate it for everyone to know how we think of it.
Yeah.
Oh, first off,
You want me to-
mention that JJ left you in the
Oh
plane.
yeah, if
Yeah,
I know
they
some
added
people,
planes, and I picked up Phil. Obviously, my boy.
I know some people don't know like what the hell we're talking about, but it's the new like is it?
It's like a new Call of Duty Battle Royale, and we play it quite a bit together.
We do like every night.
Yeah.
We have.
We always try to win, and we have not yet. And we've been playing it for like 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah, but honestly, I miss the old map.
Yeah, I like the old map a bit better, but I only don't like the new map because it's so glitchy. I don't know if it's because I have an older Xbox or like our internet connection's terrible, but like it's painfully glitchy and like super hard. I mean, the old one was too, to be honest. They both were.
Yeah, I think this one has too many cliffs. You just have to like run uphill.
Yeah, and then
constantly.
anybody the team that's on the highest cliff usually wins or like gets an advantage on everyone.
Yeah.
I really like the water tower that we go to because I feel
I know you
I feel
do.
Grace goes to it
last
once, they last on it.
longer.
The water tower.
The water
Every
tower every
time.
time.
Here's the thing: it's so hard to play that game because you have the cross players from the computer and all that, and so it's just like you barely get a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
like, why not survive as long as you can and just...
Yeah, but
I
sometimes...
mean, going higher is an advantage.
Sometimes that would work, but you think about that water tower, you just get picked off by snipers if they felt like it. You guys just got lucky. Because you're on the top of this giant tower.
I'm surprised that...
I'm surprised you guys didn't get picked off. What happened? How did you guys die? Somebody just climbed the ladder and killed you, didn't they?
It's not a UAV. It's the plane that runs
he
into
put an
a
airstrike on you guys?
They did
Yeah.
that right on top of the water tower.
Oh my
And then the second time we did it, because Grace really wanted to, they came up the ladder without me looking. And
Oh,
right
yeah.
behind me, like, was
Oh,
punching
Tay-
me.
Tay's watching all
The
these people.
airstrike is less common that you're gonna actually get hit by that if you're like on the top, or like, you know, behind it, because you can just jump off.
Yeah, but sometimes if it comes quick enough and you don't, it can still like hit the general area and still kills you sometimes in midair. It was just
Well, I
funny
mean,
because
I
Tay
never
was like
had that.
staring down at this house and there's like a whole like 2 teams running around.
3 teams.
3 teams. Tay's just staring at it. Then some guy gets up the ladder and just kills her. while she's
Yeah.
looking.
Oh my god. It doesn't even like kill me with a gun. Beats me with his like elbow.
He just meleeed her and just killed her.
Didn't you get
And I
what
was
is that
just
called when
laughing.
you got fatality?
I got assassinated like
times.
twice in a row somehow. Like, I'm just not very good at the game.
We got to second
We got to
last
second.
night,
We
but that
got
was
to-
with our good buddy.
We got to second and third a couple times on the old map, and then
Yeah.
it's never happened again.
It's okay. Yeah. I just thought it'd be fun to talk about the new update because it's pretty recent.
It is. It's very glitchy though, and I think it's our internet.
Yeah, I do think it's fucking jealous. Moving on, I thought since it's like close to Christmas, I can talk about Christmas stuff with you. First of all, do we all celebrate Christmas here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The festive part.
Yeah, my family's pretty huge on Christmas, so. But do you guys have any stories where, like, I know every kid is different when I visit kids because I have to be very careful of how I talk about Santa because they could have different stories of how Santa comes to their house or if
Real
Santa gives everyone presents or if Santa just gives kids presents. So, like, what was your story told for Santa when you were kids?
I mean, my parents never tried to overly sell them. I mean, once I kind of caught on, they're like, you just figure it out. And then, I don't know, they just get me gifts, and they'd be like, I don't know, Santa. And I was like, okay, what?
So it's just the traditional Santa gets you a
Yeah,
gift
and then I obviously found out pretty quick, and
How did you find out?
I don't know. I like the idea of my parents getting me presents more than Santa. I don't know. It's like some
Yeah.
fat, weird dude. Just comes down the chimney that's non-existent on my parents' house. Or just comes in the front door. My dad's very inviting and social. Same with my mom. So they'd probably just invite him in.
Okay.
Then I'd just come out in the middle of the night. Who's this man?
You never did anything cute? Like, I remember when I was a
They
kid.
did cute things. We always had but they just...
Like, you put cookies out for Santa. No, you never did that?
No, I don't
Okay,
remember.
let me tell
I
you.
ate the cookies before they got put out.
Yeah, probably.
And I drank so much nog that I threw up.
You love nog.
Yeah, I need
Let's get some nog.
Let's have some nog and rum.
I
Yes.
thought we did get some.
But
We
drank...
did.
Unfortunately, it's been drank by me.
Grace, how did you, like, what were you told as a kid for Santa and stuff?
I never believed in.
That never was a
any
thing?
kind of- yeah, I
Growing
never
up?
believed in the tooth fairy. I was
Really?
I think I was
I
just
think-
a smart kid. I decided that
Oh.
that crap.
Oh, so we were smart.
So
okay.
I'm just a bumbling oaf to you.
easily fooled.
No,
Look here,
I
listen
like to
very
think-
closely
My
to me,
sister
Grace.
tried to convince me for so long. So she'd write sweet notes from Santa.
Yeah.
She's very good at calligraphy.
Oh.
So when she did that, it almost made it pretty believable.
That's cool.
One huge tradition we always did at my house is like come Christmas, we get like fruits and apples and like even grapes, any fruit you can think, dragon fruit,
I've never tried dragon fruit.
melons, pumpkins, and we used to carve other family members' heads out of them.
Are you being serious or are you joking?
Oh, 100%.
Because I see your face while
I'm
you're
just
telling
kidding.
it.
Such a random. Besides
hell?
fresh fruit in the middle of the winter. I'm carving this to look at my dad's head.
Well, I had a big imagination as a kid. Like, I stopped playing with Barbies probably 12. Like, do you notice nowadays
15?
that kids... No.
Oh.
The kids, they grow up way too fast nowadays.
Yeah, they're instantly wearing makeup on their chat snaps, whatever those hipsters call it.
Oh God, I totally don't agree with it.
No.
That style of parenting, I just don't.
Eek, I meant to say. Ike. Eek.
I thought you were about to speak another.
You don't. They don't interact with the world around them anymore, and they're just zombified by their phones. I've watched it way too much, and I'm, at a certain age, they start wearing makeup and trying to be somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Spray bottle.
bringing
It's
it back to me
You
having.
gotta concentrate, because I still have the spray bottle.
I gave it back to you willingly.
Yo, try and cut me off again. I'm just kidding.
They trademarks it quick.
Bringing it back to imagination, I had it as a kid really well. So I believed Tooth Fairy, Santa, Easter Bunny, and how we didn't have a chimney. So I was like, Mom, how's Santa gonna get?
I was just struggling to find it.
She was like, well, he has a key to every door.
He comes up through the floor.
He has a key to every door, she said. And I was like, that makes so much sense. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to write a letter to him, and he's going to have to sign his name. For some reason, in my head,
Your parents
I
are
was like,
struggling to find a way to pull this off.
yeah, in my head, I was like, if he doesn't sign this, he ain't real. So, me and my
He's
cousin,
laying down the law. But he's got to sign this document.
we were at my Auntie Joe's, and me and my cousin Justina both wrote notes to him. And then the next morning, he signed his name, and he wrote something back to us. So we're like, he's real. And, I would put carrots out for the deers and, cookies out for Santa. I was like, all...
You know what really freaked me out that you brought up the other day?
What?
Elf on the Shelf.
Yes.
I think those things are, I don't know what, I mean, to each of their own. Some parents think it's cute and the kids find it fun and stuff. I found that stuff creepy as hell. I get up and some creepy ass elf is sitting in a different area than where I put it. My parents are like, you must have moved in the middle of the night.
And they're up to no good.
I like when the parents do the dads do the dirty elves.
Yeah, that's funny.
What's that?
It's like they'll put his face in flour and it'll look like he snorted cocaine
Oh
in
my
it or
God.
something.
Yeah, or they'll do
Inappropriate.
one night where he was out with a bunch of hookers or something.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I never
terrible
grew
stuff.
up with Elf on the Shelf, but I think
didn't
when I
either.
have kids, I'm gonna do it because recently I saw kids, their parents do Elf on the Shelf, and today there was like toilet paper around the chandelier,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they got told that the elf put toilet paper on it, and then they had him like standing up decorating like the tree. It's just so funny because it's just so cool to be a kid and have that imagination where you could really think that he comes to life at night and just like fucks everything up, like just gets into
just the thought my parents say, oh, be careful, this elf, just while you're sleeping and everyone's unaware, gets up and moves and screws our shit up,
and
eats our food, and then sinisterly sits there and looks at you in the morning. You come out and you're like, what the
and the rule is you're not supposed to touch him or else his
That's
power
even creepier.
because his power goes away if you can't touch him.
You touch him, the kid gets electrocuted.
See, if I heard that when I was a kid, I would most likely stay up, wait for him. If I didn't see him, I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I'm gullible today.
Practical, I guess.
Like still gullible. So like it was just
Jay just believes it today. He goes,
No.
what did I do last night?
honestly, I found out the Easter Bunny wasn't real because I made an Easter Bunny a picture, and my mom obviously took it and she hid it under her dresser. And my mom's like, I lost my wedding ring. So I was looking under the dresser. This was like a month after Easter, and I thought the Easter Bunny took my picture. And I find the picture I made
That's
the Easter
so
Bunny
cute.
under the dresser, and I was like, Mom, I just look at her.
It's
What?
you? She's like,
Oh,
it was high the whole time.
She literally was like, shit.
She's like, 1 sec, runs out.
And then Santa, I found out because you know how you write Santa a list?
Yeah.
One of this thing that I did not write on the list was from Santa. So I was like, wait a minute. I told my mom I wanted that, not Santa.
You're like, wait a sec, Mom, are you Santa?
And then, after you find that's not real, you just consider that the Tooth Fairy's not real. Like, I still don't get money under my
falls
pillow.
to pieces. You're like, wait a second. What about the Easter Bunny? Is that just a man in a costume?
Yeah,
I'd always just try to
exactly.
sucker my mom into giving me some money so I could get some.
Well, that's when you
candy
pretend
or
to still
whatever.
believe in the Tooth
I still
Fairy.
believe in the Halloween jack-o'-lantern guy. The mascot for Halloween? Or they call him the headless...
The horse.
Headless horse rider.
horseman?
Headless horse rider, yeah.
Men, I think it's
Horse
men.
rider, yeah, the horse rider.
Okay.
I believe in him. I feel like he roams the street of Sherwood Park, and if you don't put your compost out there on time, he'll kick it over, and you just gotta clean it up and stuff. Along those lines. Yeah.
Well, Jay, because you're only going to be on probably once this month, maybe in the future you'll
see
be
I'm already
on
not making
more
the cut.
episodes, but
No,
I wanted to talk about New Year's goals and resolutions. I don't want me and Grace to say ours because I think we'll talk about that another episode, but you tell us what your goals are for the new year coming up.
I've never really thought of them, man.
On the spot.
I
goals?
mean, start eating healthier and going to the gym more and stop skipping it and letting COVID get the best of me.
Yeah, no shit.
Work on music more and make more money, I guess.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's good goals.
Uh-huh.
Cool. Well, for fun, because you and Grace are dating, I thought it'd be cool to do like a couples Q&A.
Okay.
So usually it's like a trend.
You can tell, there's just absolute terror on my face right now.
Here we go. Let go.
There's like a trend going on where like on TikTok they'll be asked questions and then they'll like point. But since this is a podcast, you guys don't
So
interrupt.
we'll just say point.
Yeah, you guys will say like JJ. If Grace does that, you'll say Grace, and if JJ does that, you'll say JJ. But try not to interrupt so they can hear you. I hope this makes sense.
It does.
I wanted to try it out, so we'll see how it
I mean, it's
goes.
pretty straightforward, I think.
I think this would be fun because then they can get
Wouldn't
to
it
know
be a
you
shame if
guys.
somebody mimicked your voice and confused everyone?
Sorry, what?
Never mind. Moving on.
Okay, so first question: who initiated the first kiss?
JJ.
Yeah, I'm
You just gotta say your name, Grace.
positive, yeah.
Yeah, JJ.
Yeah, I'd say.
Who apologizes first after a fight?
It really depends.
JJ.
No.
Grace and JJ
Like,
collectively.
Come on, guys, we gotta be raw and truthful.
Just half the time.
50-50.
So, yeah,
Jay's,
it's like a
Jay's great.
50-50.
Jay's great. Okay. On the TikTok, they just point and they have to point to themselves or one another.
We can.
I know, but that's why you can just say,
Should we put
your
a video
own
along
names.
with this?
I wish it's too late now.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Who is the funny one?
JJ. Yeah.
I agree.
Grace.
You're supposed to be truthful.
Well, I mean-
Whoa.
She's funny,
I
but you're the
guess
funnier
I
one.
do
Yes,
have,
I'm not gonna
more
deny
like
it. Pizzazz,
how
yeah.
do you say
Yeah.
like
Jazz,
jokes
yep.
with, jokes with kind of like a storyline or something. Or
Yeah.
jokes that are like
Those long jokes that you gotta explain.
political and all that.
Yeah. Morbid,
Literally,
very morbid.
JJ.
Our jokes are just different.
Yeah,
His
for
humor is
sure.
very different.
Oh yeah, you guys
Oh,
are very
so-
different.
Okay.
Like JJ, growing up, knowing him, it's just like if you see him, you just laugh.
I'm not very promising. He's like, hey, that kid over there's a joke. Look at him, he's crying.
Okay, moving.
You stupid ass.
Sad
He's
clown.
like throwing tomatoes at me.
Okay. Who is the more romantic one?
I'd say me.
I'd say Grace.
Who is the most patient?
JJ.
I'd say me. JJ.
Who is the better look? Why did I write that? Who is
Better looking.
Oh, that's what I meant to say. Who's better looking?
Grace.
JJ.
Wise choice.
Who takes longer to get ready?
JJ.
JJ. If he ever needs to shave, yeah. Then he'll take
Come on,
longer.
let's be honest. Who takes longer to
Grace,
get
Grace,
ready?
But
Grace,
me.
Grace, Grace, Grace,
Okay.
Grace.
Who is the social butterfly?
Definitely JJ. I'd say. I can't.
Not as of COVID. I've become a hermit.
I really pick and choose.
I wave at people and they look away and they don't notice.
Who is the grumpier one in the morning?
Oh, that's definitely me.
Grace.
I mean, yeah,
I
he
agree.
can be, but not very often.
You just haven't got me up early enough. I get him.
JJ's pretty happy in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside I'm dying though.
Like, you're not grumpy, you're just quiet. JJ's pretty like, hey,
Sometimes she wakes up and
Yeah.
I sit up in the morning. She's like, coffee.
okay. She needs her coffee to
Tears
wake
my
up.
face to shreds if I don't go upstairs.
Oh, that one time that he first gave me a back rub, I hate.
Or I bring you
Yeah.
down. You were sick one time, and I brought you down tea, trying to be real sweet. I'm like, oh, she's gonna love this. I give her tea. She looks at it. She's like, I don't fucking want this. She's like, be gone, peasant.
I just love that story so much, though. Like, you're, like, back tickling Grace's back, and then she's like, you want to know something I hate? And you're back
She's
tickling
like,
her.
I hate it when guys do that.
You just
I was
take
like,
your hands.
My hand just shriveled.
Okay, back on track. Who's more stubborn?
Grace.
Grace?
Ooh, no.
Grace.
I'd say with 50-50 with that.
Grace.
He thinks Grace, you think JJ. Who is the bigger baby when sick?
Grace.
I'd say JJ.
What?
Have you
Because
ever been
when
like
he
a
actually-
cold?
Remember when we had COVID
Did
and you were
he-
just
when-
suffering and I was fine?
Well, I did get much sicker than him, but like.
And you were laying on the
he-
floor
when
in the
he
bathroom. I was like, you
did-
alright, buddy?
Oh no! It felt like so nice to be on the floor.
I'm
'cause I
sitting
was
in the
just
bedroom while
feeling,
you hear,
like,
and then I'm just like, ignore it, Jay, just ignore it. So I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't strike me.
he's not whiny, but like he like starts to
I
get
haven't
really
really been sick.
concerned about being sick.
What? When have I been?
So-
I haven't even been sick really, other than COVID.
Like in that way.
I haven't really been sick since dating you. I got COVID that
No,
one time.
yeah, but when we got COVID, that's just my experience.
Okay.
yeah.
All right, well, this isn't a discussion, okay? This is a
isn't
Grace or
debate,
JJ.
Gracie.
Just kidding.
This is an interview of moi.
Who is the messy one?
Oh. Must I say?
Yeah, me, but he's
Oh.
pretty anal about it, I'd say.
I mean, Grace, I don't like
He's
slipping on your clothes.
gotta have it that way. Gotta.
I'm
He
gonna
has to.
argue. Your
Yeah,
boy a
no
clean
arguing
boy.
allowed.
Boy a clean boy.
Okay, so you said Grace, she said Grace.
Good.
That was all my questions, actually. Good job. I want to know, before we all head out here, what we're all up to tonight. Let the listeners know.
Probably gonna play Warzone. Grace gonna play PUBG against bot lobbies.
Oh.
Grace, how can you play PUBG?
That's a heater of a question.
I just feel like, how can you guys play Warzone when you guys keep losing?
She did not.
She's losing. You saw your boy
And
win
it's
today.
so painful, and you guys have to wait so long
I
to
know,
get
it's
into
true.
a lobby.
Anybody in
just
their
to
right mind would just be
die.
like, why are you guys still playing?
And
that?
it's like,
See?
for PUBG, I know what I'm getting. You know, I just start the game.
She's
and
been studying it
starts
for
right
years,
away, and then, you know, I win or I lose, and it's over. You know, and I don't have to worry if it's, like, really unfair chances, because it usually isn't.
To be honest, you're probably just gonna take Jay's controller and join in on the Warzone.
Yeah, she'll just come in. When she wants to play, she takes the controller, she sits on my lap, and I sit there in vain.
I could just be, you know, protecting myself and sitting in the corner with a spray bottle tonight for JJ's.
And then she'll grab the controller and be like, why isn't my guy moving? And the controller's dead and the batteries are out on the floor.
Did you guys overall have, like, Grace, did you enjoy having your boyfriend on the show today?
Yeah.
Did you really? No, just be honest with the people.
I'd say so.
Yeah?
That was very hesitant. I just
What?
need an honest answer.
Okay, alright, no.
She had a spray bottle, everybody.
You didn't?
No.
That's okay.
Ooh.
This is like...
She's literally wielding a spray bottle and a knife. Like,
She would rather Jade.
A knife? Just
She's
no
laughing.
knife
She's
in
trying to
sight
play it
as
off.
a pillow.
I'm just kidding.
No, it was nice to get, like, you're our first guest.
Am I?
Yeah, our very first
I thought
guest.
Jade was your guest.
No, Jade is on the
she's
show
part
with
of
us.
it.
Yeah.
So she's... Yeah.
It's
so
us
you
three
are
girls.
Yeah, we
our
should do it.
first
We should do a
guest.
takeover next time, and then just me, Phil, and Sam will be in here.
The boyfriends are on instead of the
This
girls.
is the boyfriend segment. We talk about sports.
Hey, can everyone actually, like, let
You
us
don't
know
even
if they
watch
would...
Those Edmonton Oilers with the McDavies, huh?
Can everyone let us know if they would actually love that for an episode? Like, the girls' boyfriends hop on the show?
We'll take a vote. We'll let everybody do it now.
No! Well, I think we're going to end it a bit early. Yeah, we had
Okay.
a great time with you, JJ.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
For sure.
We missed you, Jade. Hopefully you can come on next week. The listeners, I'm sure, miss you too, girl.
So you're just going to set her up on FaceTime on just like a chair? Or just right here, just
No,
right here? What do you think, Jade?
The app I have, we can, like, see her, and it also records on the same
On this one?
audio. Yeah,
No way.
so it's real easy.
Ain't you, right?
Anchor. But yeah, so you guys know what to do. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, Try and Cut Me Off Podcast, go do that. I now have a Facebook page called Try and Cut Me Off. You can follow that, and on any of those pages you can DM us questions or things you like, things you hated. Sometimes I write a question underneath the episode when I post it, and please answer it and join in, and then I can talk about it on here later. So yeah, I had a great time with you guys, and we will talk to you next week. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.